Hey YouTube, getting ready to get started on my next project. Now this isn't going to be a prop that I'm going to be building for my Halloween display. What this one's actually going to be for is I have a good friend of mine that recently had to put her dog down after 17 years. And she really liked the thing that I made for my wife with the little monument thing for our dog Chewy. She's just like we are. She's real big into the Halloween and all that kind of stuff. So I know she definitely is going to like something like this. So we went to the store. This is probably the best dog skeleton that we could find. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna build her one, kind of like my wife's, but a little bit different. I don't want them to look the same. She has no clue that I'm doing this. It's just kind of one of those things that I want to do it for. She's helped me out with all kinds of stuff over the years and things like that. So I'm just doing something nice for her. So hope you guys enjoy this video and let's get started. All right, so how I'm going to attach this to here to make sure it doesn't move. I noticed that the paws actually have, they're screwed on. They have little screws in the bottom of them, and they just go right on here. They're directional, so you can't put them on the wrong side, which is kind of cool. So what my plan is, I pulled the screw out. I'm just going to take a drill bit. I'm going to make the hole bigger right here. I'm just going to take the smallest screw I have. I'm just going to run it in here until I get a good bite. Make sure that it's actually bonded into the plastic really good. Take a pair of bolt cutters, cut the end off, slide the paw back over it, and that's going to give me a little bit of essentially like a pin, essentially to work with. And then I'll just take that pin, I'll drill a couple small holes in here, pump them full of caulking, set it down on top there. Once it dries between the screw and the threads of the screws, it'll lock it on top there to where it ain't gonna fall off. So that's what I'm fixing to work on now. All right, so I'm at a stopping point. I gotta let all the caulking dry between the two layers on top, the plaque, and then the dog itself. It's pretty much ready for paint at this point. There's really not much else I need to do to it, other than maybe like rough up some of the corners or something like that to kind of give it a little more of a older kind of appearance to it. So I will get back on it once it's dry and start painting. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get ready to start painting it. Now what I'm going to do on this one to give it a little extra durability is I'm probably going to put probably about 6 to 7 layers of that gray exterior paint on it. What that'll do is that'll create a nice thick layer of paint to kind of give a little more durability, especially on the corners and such like that. So this is definitely going to take quite a few layers, but since it's not going to be in my possession for me to do touch-ups on, I want to make sure that it holds up. So let's go ahead and get it painted. Just going to show what I mean by if I put multiple layers on to give it a little durability. Like right here where obviously the excess kind of spills out when pouring it. Look at this stuff right here. Like it actually creates like a, the thicker it is, almost like a rubber now. So that's why if I put multiple layers on there, dropped it, it'll really make it to where the corners and stuff like that will hold up a little better. Okay, I got it all done. I kind of got started painting and just kept on going and going and completely forgot to kind of pause and kind of show my painting steps. But it's kind of the same steps that I do for all my props. I start with the gray. I finish it off with black, green, browns, to highlight certain areas and to mimic dirt collection and all that kind of stuff in certain areas and things like that. So it's kind of the same principle that I do for all my props, but this one came out pretty good. I did have to go back over it after everything was done and do a little dry brushing with some gray just to kind of tone it down a little bit, because I think my green and my browns got a little heavy in a few spots, especially on the ribs. So what I did is, you can see where when I dry brushed it, you can see a lot of lightness up here, but then you see the darkness in between the ribs. So I like the way that came out. It kind of gives it a little more realism to what it is. But my game plan is to give it to her on Halloween night. She's going to be coming out to look at my cemetery display this year. So I figured what would be a better time to give somebody something like this than on that particular day. So that's the day I'm going to give it to her. Well, I got the message from my friend that she's going to be coming by tonight to check out my display. So what my plan is over here in the little pet cemetery, I have a spot that I specifically left open for that to sit in. So what my plan is when she gets here, I'll be letting her know that once she goes through the church and she comes out the side door here, to immediately look to her right, and she will see it sitting right there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stand behind here where she can't see me, and I'm going to try to record her reaction to it. So let's see what she says.
Oh, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. That's so sweet.
That was definitely a better reaction than I was expecting. I'm glad to see that she liked it. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and happy Halloween.